Everyone had a wonderful and safe holiday season, and I'm happy to be welcoming you all back to the Hammerdown stream. Tonight begins the round of 12 for the Hammerdown Truck Series as we take on the Monster 2-mile Super Speedway Talladega. The first chance for a truck driver to lock into the round of 8. We look for this to be a good one with a lot of fast competition on track, and the Super Speedway being anyone's race to win. So grab a drink, sit back, and watch the spectacle that is the Hammerdown Racing Series. It'll be the trucks in the Sugarland Shine 250 from Talladega. Tonight, as usual, I have Jinx and Visceral Killer with me. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing good.
No complaints here, just recovering over a little bit of a sickness, but I'm excited to be in the booth with you gents.
Yeah, it's great to have you guys in here, and well, tonight we had some time constraints, and we won't be doing our driver interview, but it was going to be Lando. He was starting outside in the second row in P4. He was going to come in here, and we was going to ask him a few questions and ask him about his strategy, but unfortunately wasn't able to do that. But what we will get into is Jinx, what is your key to victory for these drivers tonight as they take on the fast and speedy wide Talladega?
My key tonight, a few of them. One's going to be maintaining that draft and trying to see if that high line will actually do something. We saw it a little bit last night. The high line was able to make a few moves, but eventually everyone just wants the bottom feedback. So seeing if a bunch of guys are going to want to get up top, stay up top, and make a run for the money on that inside line. And then the other one is those green flag pit stops. I mean, it's easy to speed on pit road going into the pit road too quickly, thinking you got time before you have to slam on the brakes, and then before you know it, you're doing 75 going on pit road. So no mistakes on pit road, and being one of the few guys and getting a group of guys that will actually get that top line to work.
Yeah, I agree there, and it's all about the draft here at the Super Speedways. It's going to be a key in staying in it to win it. This is a great track for somebody that feels like they may not be strong at the other tracks in the round here to get that win and solidify a spot there in the round of 8 for a chance to fight on in the quest for a truck championship. So, Killer, would you like to go over the lineup for us tonight?
Yeah, starting out on row 1, on the pole position, we have Mr. Beast Stats over here. Outside him, it's Bob Drew. In the second row on the inside, we got the Mr. Twoon. And on the outside, we have Lando. On the inside of row 3, we have Killer Sean John. And in the outside, we have Pyle. On the inside of row 4, we have Bad Biker. And on the outside, Collins Racing. On the inside of row 5, we have Glad Bump. And on the outside, we have Sniper. On the inside of row 6, we have Travis. On the outside, Scoop. On the inside of row 7, we have Woody, and on the outside, we have Death Before Dishonor. And those that did not qualify for tonight's race were Titanic Joe, Hunk Panda, Wide Open Racing, Stag, and Hangman.
And Dodge as well. Dodge was a last minute. He just got put on the roster.
Okay, so it sounds like we have our usual bunch out there. Beast Stats out there, I believe this is race number 2, maybe 3 on the pole in a row for him. I'm not really sure. Wasn't here for the last one, I don't believe.
He's been consistently in that top 3.
Yeah, I think he's on a front row streak at the very least.
I do believe he has gotten 3 in a row.
3 poles in a row. I do. Yeah, that's what I thought. So Beast Stats, he's always a threat out there. Hung around at the very end like a thread on the fringe of your shirt there at Watkins Glen and stole a win. So, you never know. You might see some clean racing out here and see the green flag pit stops kind of take over and see where that strategy might come out. So with all the talk of the keys to victory and the lineup and knowing who's fast and what's out there, so down to the bottom line, what's your choices for a winner tonight, starting with Jinx?
It's kind of hard to go against a guy like Biker. That dude is odd fast at every super speedway, whether it be the custom cup or the trucks. I mean, dude's just fast on the super speedways. He knows how to get around. He knows how to set up runs. And I think he's going to be one of the ones to be there at the end.
Well said, well said. For me personally, I think I'm going to go with Collins Racing. He's got this new internet now. He's finally set up and it's stable and everything, and he seems really excited to be out here racing tonight.
Awesome.
You want to talk about excitement? It was last night following behind Collins and not having to worry on a super speedway. That was nice.
Well, I think I'm going to go with Mr. Twoon tonight. I think he's going to hang around out there, maybe pull off a slingshot maneuver there at the end, and get himself a win tonight. But
one of
let's.
the weird things, though, like the one thing I've noticed, like, that draft does not suck up in these trucks like it does in those Cup cars. So there's going to be a lot of need for. You're going to have to use an entire lap to build up a passing run.
Yeah, that's true. And let's not forget about Michael McDowell, a.k.a. HDRS Lando, out there, who won the Daytona Cup race last night. So that might be someone else we need to keep our eye on out there tonight as this race progresses.
Yes. And one of the few races this season that are going to be run under strict cautions for the league vote. So this race, the two super speedway races last night tonight, will be under strict caution. So we'll see how that one goes. We had a pretty good run last night with the stages, with the strict cautions. I mean, most of the cautions were things that wouldn't have got called on relax, but I mean, it kept the field together. So
I hate to interrupt you here, Jinx. I actually got a message from B-Stat saying that they are running relaxed cautions.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
I don't know if that was a last-second decision or what, but relaxed cautions here in the trucks at Talladega, it shouldn't really be an issue. It's so much more stable in these trucks.
3 of the 4 admins for this league are running in this race tonight, so they can make that call.
well, nonetheless, I believe we'll have a big odd time here in the middle of Alabama at the track at Talladega during the Sugar Land Shines 250 tonight. And really all we're waiting for is for the green to drop. So is there anything, any shout outs, anything that you guys might have to add to what tonight might be, or anything like that?
Going back to the keys to victory and bouncing off what Jinx said about it taking so much longer to wind up a run here in the trucks, how important do you guys think track position is going to be?
It depends on how much the caution comes into play, I believe, where your track position. Obviously, you want to be in the top 5. You want to be in the top drafting pack at the very least, because you want that pull. You want the same pit stop on and off, all that, especially if it stays green. But if it's a caution-filled race, I would say being in the front, just like last night, would be the key to victory.
Well put there, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the pit stops are going to come into play that much. Just because, I mean, a lot of these guys are not going to take 4 tires on a green flag stop, or if any tires on any kind of pit stop, whether it be caution or anything less. Tires just don't wear. So, I mean, you're going to see a lot of either 2 tires or just fuel-only stops.
Yeah, I know last night in the Cup race, I think I only took 4 tires one time.
Yeah, I think I took 4 tires going into stage 3, but that was it.
You know, I did pick Mr. Twoon, but I'm going to kind of do a co-pick tonight and pick Travis as well, because he was the winner of the last truck super speedway race at the beginning of the year.
He was on his way to 3 wins in 4 races.
Yeah.
Let's just see here.
Seems like Travis has the quick tracks down.
They loaded into the race yet, or are we still waiting on that?
They never said join.
Okay.
I guess let them know when to let us join.
Yeah, I'm going to check out the stream right now.
Who are we watching tonight for in-race info?
I believe it's going to be Lando.
That's who I figured.
We got Alan rooting for Travis on the chat line. So Alan's watching from work, so appreciate the view, Alan.
Yeah, so tonight's race will break down as in Stage 1, 20 laps, Stage 2, 17 laps, Stage 3, 51 laps, for a total of 94 laps. And we also want to thank everybody for watching this stream. Please comment, like, subscribe, let your friends know, let your family know. We appreciate everybody that watches. If you're interested in joining the league or want to keep up with any information or what's going on with the league, hop over to our Facebook page, give us a like on our Facebook group, join us, join the conversation. Like I said, we always appreciate our spectators here at Hammerdown. You are what make us. So we don't just do this for ourselves, we do this for the viewing enjoyment of all of you out there. So we thank you very much. And
a little bit of a breaking news. I know they haven't been posted yet, but there is first through third place in the Cup side is separated by 1 point with a tie for second place.
oh, that's interesting. So it's something for our viewers to definitely come and watch on those Friday nights for the rest of the season, especially here in the round of 12, as Lando is the only one that has pushed himself for sure into the round of 8. And once you get to the round of 8, all you have to do is be 50% better, right? And you have a shot.
I'll tell you what, though, the round of 8 tracks are going to be. Those are some interesting tracks, to say the least, for both Truck and Cup. I mean, you got Richmond, there's Road America, and I believe Kentucky.
Yeah. As technical as it gets, you go from as fast as you can get to nearly as slow as you can get, and to as technical as you can get. So, and then it's a very odd track at Kentucky. You know, it's the 3 and 4 though is really what gets you. The 1 and 2 is kind of like Texas.
That thing with Kentucky is Kentucky feels an awful lot to me, kind of like a wider Vegas. It just makes it difficult because there's so many of those in-game bugs with the seam issues, and it really depends on your setup that you have there, you know, on whether that seam can come out and bite you or not.
Yeah, that seam on 1 and 2. I mean, either you're gonna hit it and get loose, or you're gonna hit it, bounce out wide, and you don't just hit the wall and exit a 2. You bounce off of it. There's no just hitting it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's 10 seconds worth of damage if you get into that wall going full speed.
And odds are, if anyone's around you, they're going to get collected with you, because I believe there's a trampoline built behind that wall.
Something like that, definitely, yeah. Safer barrier isn't so safe on that one in the game.
So I'm going to go, let's have a little fun with this. Let's play a little game of over-under for this race tonight. Just for the fun. So let's go over or under 4 cautions for the entire race.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, that's a hard bet. Honestly, these truck drivers, they've been the top crop here lately. So I'm gonna say under.
I'm gonna go right at that cut line and say there will be exactly 4 cautions.
So you're picking the over.
Yep, I'm going to go with BU. I'm going to go under. I mean, these guys, the only way I see it going over is, you know, if you get down to about a restart with about 4 to go. Anywhere between 4 to 6 laps to go in the race, that's when the turmoil, or the, as BU would say, the calamity will get you.
Yeah, you can't forget about the calamity. That's important.
All right, so let's go with. Let's try to think here. It's tough with it. I'm gonna say over under lead changes.
Oh,
let's go with 10.
It'd be hard to keep up with it, but I'm gonna. Man, that's tough. I'm gonna go with.
Okay, we'll change it to drivers who lead a lap. Over under 10.
Okay. So over under 10 drivers leading a lap. I'm going to say under.
I agree with you, Stu. I'm going to pick under on that as well. I notice a lot in practice here that, you know, that car that's on the bottom out front, almost nobody can get a run to get around them.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to pass on the outside. In the Cup cars, you have to have at least one on the top side more than the bottom. In these trucks, I believe you have to have two.
Yeah, which really, I mean, doesn't really make sense physically.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, well, we'd have to make an entire sub-stream just to talk about the physics in this game.
Yeah, we could start a Hammerdown podcast about that.
Yeah.
You guys got an over/under to play for this race?
I'm going to say, let's see.
Over under amount of times you see a car bounce off the apron in one of the turns. I'm going to put that at...
I can't count that
high. No, let's see. I mean, it's tough to tell. Over under amount of green-white checkers at the end. Let's put that at 2.
I'm gonna go under on that one. I think these guys can. I think they'll do one. If it goes to a green white, there will probably be one caution. But I think after this first one, they would kind of settle it down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under on that as well. I've picked all unders, so hopefully it works out for me. Well,
what you got?
Let's see. That's really hard. Kind of already picked a lot. Over or under the big one? 2. Do we have 2 big ones or just one?
I'm gonna go right at 2. So I'm gonna go the over on that.
How about you, Kelly?
I think we get in the middle of the pack.
I don't even think we have a big one. I think we just have a lot of spread out small 2 or 3 truck wrecks.
Oh, so you have a under. I'm going to pick the over on that one. Actually, I think we might have a couple big ones.
All right, I got an invite from Twoon just now, so I'm guessing that means we can join.
Nope, not yet.
No, wait till they say. Hopefully. All right, I'm going to jump over and check on our stream chat.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Travis and Silence are commenting.
Okay. So, got our usual Travis. He's the most popular driver in the league.
Lando said he'll do 25 on the over.
Yeah, Travis is our version of Dale Jr. in here.
Yeah.
We got Lando saying bring out the broom, so Lando's calling for a weekend sweep.
All right. Love to see some confidence coming out of these drivers out here.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was Michael McDowell who said that.
The face of the voice of Hammerdown, rather.
If it was truly a Michael McDowell, he would have known that one win was all he could achieve in his career.
Listen, Michael McDowell is the epitome of perseverance and never giving up. So, if you need a story to kind of motivate you, watch Michael McDowell's story. It's a tough one. After that 08 wreck at Texas, that man about never came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a tough wreck during qualifying. I still remember that being like one of the most shocking things I'd ever seen in my life.
That was like the car of tomorrow or something. It was his first major wreck, like real-time wreck, I think.
Oh,
or was
God,
that the COT series?
No, that was the year before Car of Tomorrow. Car of Tomorrow started in 09, I believe.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was the COT or that is the Car of Tomorrow. What am I talking about?
Look how far we've come, though, from the Car of Tomorrow to the Gen 6 is going to debut next month.
Right. They've changed it so much just in such a short period. I don't even know how these drivers have time to adjust.
These new cars, they look really streamlined, and number one concern for me at this point is, I just hope that these cars are safe, because sometimes when they come out with these brand new, car packages, they don't like to sit on the ground right from the start, and I really hope that we see a safe Daytona 500 this year.
Well, one of the biggest problems, I was talking to my daughter's grandfather. He was saying that they had issues with the heat in the cars. Like, they were saying within, 15 laps, the temperatures in the cars were, 150, 160. Not the engine temp, but the temp of where the driver is. So they've done
That would be immediately uncomfortable. I wouldn't imagine seeing, drivers being able to run these 400-mile races.
No, but they've already gone through and made the changes because basically with these new cars, the exhaust is right under the driver.
Yeah. I hope they made changes. Otherwise, Ryan Newman's going to weigh 120 pounds and everyone else is going to weigh 85 after a race.
You're going to have a heat stroke on lap 10.
Too bad Newman probably won't be racing this season.
Yep, that is sad. He had a decent career, though. Not a champion by any means. I think he was most impressive when he was in that 39 car.
Oh, yeah, the 39.
Oh, I liked him in the 12.
I thought that was a pretty cool paint scheme with the black and the light blue and the white, but he didn't really get too many wins there.
They label him the Rocket Man, but honestly, he should be like the Iron Man. That man's had like the worst wrecks I've ever seen.
Hey, Bidu, on your
they're telling us to join. How do I do that? Yeah. Oh no, I don't have that on here. Well, regardless, I have to join this race. So.
They shouldn't be commenting during the race, so we should be good.
So we're trying to get loaded in here. Hopefully we make it to the green flag. If not, all is well on that. Looks like they're just now getting loaded up.
And Lando is streaming, baby.
Yeah, I'm watching him now. They're coming to the green flag as we speak. And looks like they're getting taken off here. B-Stats is in the lead. And we have Lando taking an odd line on the way outside there. B-Stat's going to hold it down on the bottom as we go through 1 and 2 here and lead off into the backstretch. Twoon in tow behind him.
It looks like they were already 3 wide behind the leaders.
Yeah. Didn't take them long to jump out into doing that, I can see. And already, as we can see, this low line freight training everybody on the high side at the beginning of this race. Nobody really wanting to jump out for the early track position loss, I guess.
Yeah, another thing at these super speedways is we have a big calamity. We got 51 way up into the wall there. Oh, and a lot of people. Yeah, we have a restart here. Okay. So
I'm pretty sure somebody got lagged out.
Yeah, if they don't restart that, there was a lot of trucks off to the side there, so we're just going to have a restart here. It gives me a moment to try to change this setting, so whenever I'm out of this screen, they won't be able to hear you all, I've noticed. So.
Yeah, so what you do is...
I fixed it. I just turned off pop-up message or pop-up notifications.
Yeah, so now you won't see that black screen when you get the message on the stream.
Yeah. Okay, so I believe we had a little too long of a wait time there, and somebody got booted. That tends to happen. We're a little bit off schedule here with the start of the race, but that's all right. We were a little bit off schedule with the stream tonight. A little bit of technical difficulties. So
2 weeks off. We had it last night with the cup, so.
Yep, everybody's still fat and full from all the lovely Christmas food.
I tell you, it was a tough holiday season. They shouldn't allow a man to eat that much food in a month's time.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and blame, all the calories in that dinner. I mean, I woke up the next morning looking like a guy that's had a 6-pack of beer every day for the last 2 years.
I bet in the last month of the year I consumed enough calories to make up for the previous 3 months. It's a good possibility.
Yeah, I didn't go crazy with it, but I'm still feeling the effects.
The last couple of years, I felt like I didn't really eat a whole lot at the holidays, so this time I made it a goal.
So we tried a couple of weird things here with our family because, all of us, now that we're like grown adults and there's not really, except for my daughter, any young kids in the family, we started doing non-traditional food for the holidays. Like, I think it was one Thanksgiving, we did a build-your-own sushi bar and a few other things like that.
That sounds amazing.
It wasn't too bad, but, at the end of the day, I was really missing, the
tradition
of the tradition, yeah.
Yeah, well, it was 73 here in Kentucky, and that is very, very odd for this region of America. So our family had an untraditional Christmas cookout, just like your 4th of July on Christmas.
Oh, that's awesome. See, I could get on board with that. Have a couple brats, a couple hot dogs, and a burger.
Oh yeah, that's what we had, like chicken, steak, the whole 9 yards, and for Christmas it was awesome. Never done that before.
What's the estimate on the amount of snow that you ended up getting, Stu?
From this last snow, we got 6 3/4 inches.
That's dang, that's quite a haul, because that was all within like a 6 or 7 hour span too, correct?
Yeah. We had just heavy band after heavy band come in, shut down interstates all throughout central Kentucky for like hours. It's almost like that I-95 situation that happened in Virginia.
Yeah, just want to say to all of our Midwest viewers and fans, of HDRS, make sure you're staying safe on these icy roads in this winter.
Yeah, this previous winter storm was no joke. Feel like it probably won't be the last that we'll experience, I don't think. A lot of people didn't think it would be a snowy winter. December didn't seem like it. Didn't hardly have a day under 50 temperature-wise. And then as soon as we hit January, we had a pretty sizable flood and then 2 heavy snows back-to-back. Just in the first week of January, I've almost got a foot of snow. So...
Yeah, I want to know how you went from 1 degree to 40 degrees.
Yeah, last night I had a negative 1 degree air temperature. It's 42 tonight. I don't know how to explain it.
There's times where Stu in Kentucky has been warmer than me here in Texas a couple times this year, and I don't understand how the weather works, I guess.
Yeah, really though.
I mean, it went from 75 down to like 31 one day.
That's Florida. I mean, it'll be 50 and then the next day it'll be 82.
Yeah, I can't believe that weather can change, fluctuate 30 plus degrees in only a few amount of hours.
So we're getting invites again. I turned off my pop-up notifications, so I have to keep an eye on my phone here. Lando Stream, those keeping me in order as well. Looks like they got 16 drivers. They got 16 drivers in.
Yeah, it was pretty much like last night. They were ready to go for the new invites.
Yeah. So we're just waiting to see what happens with these guys when to join.
Biker said he's going to let me know when to join.
Okay, they're still paused at the moment.
The always reliable biker.
I'll tell you what was the so you guys were in with the race last night with the new rules with the no practice, no qualify, and then the group chat versus the team chat. How did you guys think that fared for the race?
To me,
I think the no practice, no qualify was kind of irrelevant being a super speedway. I do very much like that idea and that rule moving forward, though. I think we'll see that be really, really, really a factor at a track like Richmond. I liked being able to hear everybody at a track like, Daytona last night. So maybe if, we're going to continue running super speedways, we maybe do a full, just one singular chat, because I think that did work out really well. There was a lot of really good, conversation back and forth last night. But I do miss just my team chat and just being able to talk strategy.
Yeah, well, with the group chat, that's for this year. Unfortunately, it's still going to be the 2 chats for the Cup, but with next year being dropped down to 16 cars. it will be one solid chat just for Cup drivers.
Yeah, I'm pumped for that. I like the idea of no practice, no qualify. Kind of gives someone an incentive to show up, and that's what we're looking for. But we're ready to join now.
I didn't practice on Tuesday. I started in the back.
Yeah, and you know, that shows
you drove it all the way to the front too. Congrats on that, sir.
That shows you know that they didn't take any difference, and it's not like people even have to show up for the practice night. Like, I practiced other days of the week with other people in the league, and they knew I was there. I wasn't able to make practice, but I had practiced with most of the league.
That's the important thing. It's getting the Don't jump in after not having any track time, and then jump in, you get a qualifying of third, and then when the green flag drops, your car's super loose and a turd bucket 4 laps into a red.
Yeah, so it looks like we're about ready to hit this green flag wide open here for the Sugarland Shine 250. B-Stat's going to take us to the line as we start off the round of 12 here at Talladega in the truck's quest for a championship. So we got B-Stats Bob Drew on the front row taking off with Twoon and Lando tight in tow as they make themselves down into turn 1 for the second time tonight. And B-Stat still holding on to the lead there at the bottom. Not a lot of people jumping down to the bottom like we've seen before. Bad Biker getting swirly there. Twoon is also. So the over-under on hitting the apron is already over. And, and we're making ourselves nice and tidy down the back stretch here as we see some more people jump down into that bottom lane.
Yeah, I noticed during that short intermission on the restart, people changed their minds there. You really see a few more on that high side than you did that first restart.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see people get up there and stay up there.
You know, to make that work late race, you have to establish it early on. Because if you just try to make that high line work, you know, with 2 to go without any prior practice at it, you're not going to know what it's doing to the trucks and how to hold that straight line.
Yeah, and you can see it here right now. These trucks are zigzagging all over the course, the track. And you got to think, these guys have probably got these sliders cranked all the way to the right, and they don't have the tape or the tire pressure correct at the moment. So that's probably playing a huge factor until we get to that first pit stop.
Yeah, it's going to take multiple pit stops under green for them to get those tires up to the 60 that most people put on super speedways.
Do you think we're going to see people making that heavy of a change from pit road, going all the way up to 60s on these trucks? I would be thinking maybe more around like 38
Bad
on
Biker
the
has
rights and maybe
pitted himself, I believe. Sorry to cut you off there, but there's a little action.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
And but we got B-Stats and Mr. Twoon pushing out here. B-Stats going high for some reason. Don't understand that move. That's usually how you get freight trained here at a place like Talladega.
I would imagine we see him drop all the way back to 9th or 10th position after that one.
Unless he's trying to play a fuel game or something, I'm not really sure. I'm on board with Bob Drew now in the same view as before. He's about mid-pack now. He's alongside B-Stats in the 16 truck who's towing around the outside there. Mr. Twoon, though, is now our new leader as he has a string of trucks zigzagging behind him as they make their way around turn number 4 into the front stretch here at Talladega. And they got a big wreck in the back as Jinx calls it there for us. Biker's just now coming out of pit road.
I wonder if he had an issue there.
Not sure what happened.
I saw him in the grass.
I think he may have forced pit.
Yeah, Biker went in the grass on the front stretch. I don't know if he got pushed. Somebody gave him a bump that his truck didn't like, but he definitely went down there not on purpose.
So as far as the wreck goes, I didn't really see anything.
It may have been a glitchy on the screen. I saw a couple trucks go sideways, but it looks like they straightened down, so it might have just been a glitch.
Well, we're on board with Twoon right now.
I gotta say, I really like the way I'm watching Twoon hold this yellow line here in these trucks.
Yeah, he's my pick to win tonight. I did pick maybe a co-winner Travis. Maybe he'll finish second. I don't know, but a lot of Travis fans out there probably didn't make those happy. But Mr. Twoon, Scoop, Death Before Dishonor, and I believe Might be Sniper in the 99, am I right on that?
Yeah, that's Sniper. And then I believe is that Travis right behind him?
I do believe it is. Travis running that 87 truck, is it?
Yep.
Yep. So there's your top 5 there running here at Talladega, round of 12, race number 1, who is looking to punch themselves into the round of 8 for the technical series of the playoffs, as we'll call it. This round is no slouch in itself amongst the truck and cup series. And I just want people to remember that these trucks still have not made a first pit stop, all except for Bad Biker. And so he's probably fighting a lap down at the moment.
A lap down, but it does give him some leeway here. I mean, he could, like Jinx was saying pre-race, these tires not necessarily as important as one would think. So Biker might be able to just get away with just not pitting at the end of the stage. And, maybe just running out, at the front there and then hoping for a caution. We'll see how that plays out, though. These trucks look like they're not going to wreck tonight. Knock on wood.
And either way, I mean, even being a lap down, he's the only one a lap down. So even at the end of the stage break, he's still going to get back on the lead lap. So there's no real reason for him to worry or get frustrated.
It's tough to tell unless if they go green all the way to the end and him with no draft, who's to say they won't catch him again?
That's true.
That is a good point.
We're seeing a lot of nice single file racing right now. I feel like a lot of people is kind of zoned into their racing capabilities now. We're on lap number 7 of 20 here in stage 1. I'm not quite sure what the fuel runs are looking like. I couldn't imagine them being more than 15 or so laps, maybe
about 15, 16.
That's what I would figure as well. So we will see a pit stop this stage. I
will say what I've noticed already is over half the field has already made that pit stop. Because if you're going back through, all these people on the lead lap, you see a lot of trucks off the pace, which tells me that they made a pit stop or they've gotten into some sort of issue.
Well, what we're looking at here in this front line is the top 10. Lando rounding up that bunch there. You got Bob Drew, Death, Travis. You got Twoon leading it with Scoop and Death right in tow. I'm not sure if I already said those names yet. But yeah, that is the top 10 that you can see on your screen right there right now. With the other cars in tow that are behind, we got B-Stats who is falling back. I'm not sure if he's already made one of those pit stops. So who else that we have back here? We have Punk Panda, who is up into the wall a little bit. Caught that action. He's down and low in the front stretch. Looked like he gave a pit signal. Not quite sure what's going on with him there. Bad Biker.
Kind of like the change from strict caution to relaxed cautions right there. That would have definitely been a caution, one car hitting that wall like that.
Yeah, you have King Powell off the pace too, as he's just now making himself around the back stretch here on lap number 8, as the top 10 is going around to take the flag for lap number 9. Not sure what's wrong with Punk Panda there. He's running awfully slow and odd around the track right now. Hope everything's okay with him there. And so we got Killer Sean John. Now the back of the top 10 is Lando's past him for spot number 9. And Titanic there running about what looks to be 8th place, pushing the 40 of Wide Open Racing, who is behind the 8 of Bob Drew.
So I'm thinking that might not have been a glitch, and there might actually had been that issue where we thought there was a wreck for those many trucks to be off the pace.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe we just didn't see it on our screen for some reason. Cause
B-Stats is only.
I'm seeing eight or 9 trucks back there, right?
Yeah, right. The top 10 is the only ones you can see there in that front pack. So that means we have at least 6 trucks off the lead pack here right now. B-Stats being the only truck that we know for sure that dropped back on his own power. We're not sure about that. Maybe some kind of strategy. Maybe trying to run some fuel strategy here. Be a sneak in there at the end of this race.
But I also know B-Stats has already said for the rest of the season he'll race, but he's not going to push the envelope with these playoff drivers, being he joined right as the playoffs started.
That's very true, but he also said that before the Glen and ended up winning the race just by putting around behind everybody. So And maybe he's going to try to sneak it off here again today, as we still have Mr. Twoon followed by Scoop and Death Before Dishonor and Sniper, and then Travis in the 87. So that's your consistently been the top 5 here for at least the last 5 laps. These guys are just running their race, just keeping it how they can. We have one way down on the inside below the double yellow. I believe that was the truck of Scoop there that did that.
So this is exactly what I was thinking that could eventually be an issue, is these guys are so content to just run single file here that when they inevitably have to force that outside, no one's going to know how quickly you gain the time
we
there.
We have 2 going into the pits right now. It looked like Death Before Dishonor and Scoop have now taken their first pit stops at lap 11. So it makes you wonder what the fuel is looking like. Maybe it's more along the lines of 14 to 15 laps. A lot of people like to pit with 3 laps to go on their fuel. I can imagine a lot of right side tires here. We're on board with Scoop as he's in for his pit stop.
Yeah, I did remember that. Now that I think about it, we were talking about the tires, taking tires or no taking tires. If you don't take tires, you cannot make those pressure adjustments.
That's right, you cannot. And looked like an awful quick pit stop there for Death and Scoop, as they're both coming off pit road right now. So Woody also taking his pit stop.
That could be a smart strategy. Wait till the stage break, where you have that 30 seconds to put the adjustment in, and just put all your adjustments in at the stage break.
Yeah, exactly, and I don't blame them one bit for that. Paul is now catching up to some of these cars that pitted. I'm not sure what happened to him. Maybe he was part of some issue there at the beginning. But this top 10, not so much the top 10 anymore. Not quite sure how many we have up there now. It looks about like 8. And it's still Twoon, and then it is Sniper behind him.
Looks like Lando's signaling the pit.
Travis, and then Bob Drew, followed by Wide Open Racing being pushed hard by Titanic Joe. Woody is up high against this front pack. We did have some people signaling to pit, it looked to be, but nobody is making the move to do so. So, as we come back around, we will take the flag for lap number 14. And you're looking at the top 8 drivers here. Those 2 drivers tagging along behind of Woody, and I'm not sure who the other was. I don't think they're a part of this pack as it runs right now.
Now, it looked like Killer Sean was on the back end of that lead pack in 8th, and when Woody got back on the track, Woody took the gap in between him and Lando, and I think that's caused Killer Sean to lose that draft a little bit.
That's unfortunate. But this top group of drivers here, they've all been running very consistent in their place. I'm sure we'll see a little bit more shiftiness here in about 6 laps, but as most of the field is below the line looking to pit, and it is a tight race down pit road here, as I believe everybody makes it.
What was the over-under on lead changes? Because that was lead change number 3 right there.
We did. We actually changed it to drivers leading a lap.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be our 3rd driver leading laps now.
So
B-Stats, then Mr. Twoon, and whoever's showing up on Lando's screen right now, I wasn't exactly sure. It might have
I want to watch this battle off pit road here. Try to get back over to somebody on pit road here. We got Titanic Joe coming off pit road. Bob Drew.
Shout out to Yeetus to watching the races. Yeetus always a fan favorite who always jumps in on these live streams. What's going on, Yeetus?
Is he in the chat right now?
Yeah, he's on the
welcome, Yeetus. We've had no caution so far. This has been a very good, clean race. 3 drivers have led a lap so far, and first round of pit stops have just happened. So we're going to see how those guys that pitted early, see if they can get back around and catch these guys that just pit. I'm on board with Sniper, who I believe Sniper led that group back out of there with Travis in tow.
Yeah, he had an excellent pit stop there. So did Lando right there in 3rd. Twoon being the one who kind of dragged back a little bit, went from 1st to what will eventually, I believe, become 4th.
Yeah, Lando pitted 7th and came out 3rd.
Is that Lando in 3rd?
Yeah, what a pit stop too on his end, because I'm pretty sure the entire top 6 at just pit right there. I think they all just did 2 tires.
Now these 4 right here, what they just did, they came out as a group, and if you look behind Lando, every other driver that came into pits with them is spread out.
So there is a driver that is ahead of this pack because Lando is in 5th position out of these 4 cars. So somebody is leading Sniper around this track right now. I'm not exactly sure who it is.
I believe it is the number 40.
It could be wide open with the fuel strategy. Yep. Exactly. It might be wide open up here. Yes, it looks to be because Woody is close to him, and that was who was with the pack when they pitted. So, yes, I do believe that wide open in the 40 is ahead of the 4-car pack that we were following just before. Looks like wide open is now going to take that pit stop. So we're going to watch wide open while he is on pit road and see if this group of drivers that are just now hitting the backstretch are going to catch him, because I'm sure he's just going to try to take a splash and go. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're on lap 17 out of 20. It'll be interesting to see how this is going to play out for wide open. I'm sure this is only going to be a 3-second stop. We're on board with him. They're still fighting down the backstretch, burning rubber as fast as they can to catch wide open. See what kind of speed he can build up as they're just now making their way through mid of turn 3, coming through turn 4 right now, and heading themselves down the front stretch. And wide open is now out of the pit stops, running himself into turn number 1 right now. Let's see if he can get that speed build up. They're just now crossing the entrance of pit road. So if he can get his truck back up to speed, I believe that he will be able to make it work on the fuel strategy.
That might have been a really, really brilliant strategy by him right there if he can get up to speed in time.
Oh, here comes that group. You can see them in the rear view. And we're going to go from a front view.
When they catch him.
A front view of wide open here. As you can see, he is at the end of the backstretch as they're about a quarter of the way through it. They are hammering down through there. They are a pack of 4, and they are fierce. The fearsome foursome is a-coming for you wide open. You better watch out as they make their way through turns 3 and 4 here and back into the front stretch.
With Panda back there.
Oh, Panda is now a part of the pack?
Who is that working with wide open up there ahead of them, though? So he's not completely alone. He has a little bit of draft.
They are catching wide open. You can see them getting closer and closer from the front view here. Powell not helping wide open here, slowing him down with that side draft. And that pack is a coming, man. I'm telling you, they are moving fast, turning through 1 and 2 here, and now on the backstretch, and wide open is caught.
Yeah, he's going to drop down, though. He might drop down, try to cut in front of them and just take their run.
So let's see how it works out here. Wide open is taking off the nose of the pack. Kind of gets them shuffly as they come into turn number 4. And I believe Powell has jumped down in there to lead that little pack there. And he's a lap down car, I believe, or maybe trying to stay on the lead lap. Not quite sure what his move is there as they're coming to take the white flag of stage number 1 here at Talladega, first race of the round of 12. And it'll be wide open.
Went up to the top to try to make the high line work, and he only had 1 truck go with him.
So we are on the final lap of stage number 1 right now. Wide open is leading, to the best of my knowledge, this pack that has caught him after his fuel stop, trying to get down inside his Travis, and he is pushed down below the double yellow line, fighting hard with wide open, pushing quarter panels defenders. And we have Powell still holding it straight right in front of wide open. The 17 of Punk Panda gets pushed up by Lando, and the 51, the 3 of Twoon pushing the 51 down the outside. The 40 still pushing hard in the 98 of Powell, as the 87 is not giving up, zigzagging with Twoon here as we come down. Twoon gets pushed into the inside. The 40 is still in the lead in front of 81, getting a pull off Powell. The 40 has pushed up 87 as they come around to the line to end stage number 1, and I believe it's going to be... Oh, it's a wreck to the line. Wide open, I believe, is going to get it. My God, what a first stage.
And that pack had 2 lap down cars in it with Panda and Pyle.
Oh my goodness. So we have wide open winning the stage, followed by Travis, Twoon, Sniper, and Lando rounding up the top 5. I mean, man, they came around working as a pack of 4 to catch that bunt, to catch wide open after that pit stop, and I tell you, they did it, and they made it interesting there, and wide open wasn't about to let them have those stage points.
Man, I mean, that, and you got to look back on the backstretch with when wide open came down and Powell went with him. That kind of stacked up the whole group, and they didn't know what to do. They wanted to go high, go low. They were like, man, if we got to get around him somehow. And then you see Panda coming in. He's trying to put his nose in there to run, and he almost tried to pass wide open on the outside. And I mean, that was ridiculous.
That was a good effort on Pyle's part to stay on that lead lap there, or at least not go down an extra lap.
Yeah, I believe that Pyle, that was for it to stay on the lead lap there. Yeah, not to go down a lap. I mean, what a stage number one here from the trucks. I mean, as we got wide open, still in the lead here to restart us off on stage number two. I'm about out of breath from calling that last lap of the final or first stage. Lord, I hope that.
You just said take a breath, buddy.
I mean, that was something to watch there. It might have been the most exciting racing I've seen broadcasting yet. That was, I hope that is the precursor of what's to come here in the next two stages, as we've got 17 laps here and 51 in the third. So we'll see how it goes, as we got wide open leading us down with a good pack on both sides, the out and inside, as they work their way into turn number 3 with Twoon pushing very hard. Somebody got knocked out there. I believe that was Lando, got pushed out into the outside. Titanic Joe following Twoon, his brother, for the top 3 spot. Death in tow in the 20 truck.
Not following for long.
And then Bob Drew kind of pushed himself outside there. So we got some shuffling going on here. Got 3 trucks working the way high line. That's been a little unusual trend this race. So
I'm seeing now wide open with the big pit strategy there, and it looked to pay off big time for him, as him and Twoon touch actually down the backstretch here. He's not actually going to clear him. He might lose a lot of positions here. Should have said knock on wood right as I say that.
He's going to want to do that because he can save gas in the draft versus running out front.
Yeah, I'm sure he just wanted to get that momentum up to have his truck up at peak running, and then he's going to drop back here. Probably try to get another little 10 truck pack going. I'm sure a lot of people saved some fuel in that pack that they were running earlier, wide open, snipping off Woody there to get back into this pack right behind the 32 of Killer Sean John, I believe.
Now, what I'm looking for, I'm going to be looking for some of these trucks that don't look to be handling very well. And what that's going to tell me is that they were not able to get all their adjustments in. Maybe trying to make all the tire pressures, and if you didn't get one, that truck is not going to handle fun. So
Twoon has now got back out into the lead here. I believe that remains at 3 different drivers that have led a lap, with Twoon now in the lead, followed by his. Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe 4 while some pit adjustments were happening, or while they were cycling through. But I'm pretty sure it is 3. Oh, as we got possibly a wreck here, we got 3 trucks down low. Did he keep it off the wall? I'm not sure. I think that was Pyle. Might have made contact with that wall.
We do have someone that is far off the pack now. Not sure they're going to be able to keep up with that draft.
Yeah, it looked to be like wide open, Lando, Biker, Pyle, and now Glad Bump is into the wall on the outside.
Pyle is back here by himself. We have Panda in the pits. Hope he wasn't a casualty to the leg. So we do have another separation of packs here. We have a pack of what looks to be 7 trucks, and then a pack of what looks to be 7 trucks. So good split here, and then 2 cars off pace probably. Killer Sean rounding up the top 7 here, and he has Sniper in front of him, who has Travis in front of him, and Killer Sean John, and then Death, Titanic, and Twoon. There's your leader. So they're on deck with Titanic Joe, and as you can see, they're forming a nice little pack like they did in the first stage. Just going to keep their Q's and P's and all in the same bucket here. There's no reason to be aggressive when you have so many laps to race. And so Jinx, you want to give us a little chat update? Anybody saying anything out there in the world of Hammerdown?
We got Punk Panda had to back out of the race. He blew an engine, I believe. Yeet basically telling you to take a breath, but he said it was fun to watch.
It was.
As we're here watching the battle of the Twoon pack versus the Bob Drew pack. And that's 2 strong trucks to be leading pack, so that's going to come down to be a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Hey, and you know, two-tire Twoon out here is Stu's pick, so he's got to like seeing him lead the race.
I do. It's assuring to see him lead so many laps. It's odd to see that we have so few people leading different laps. But
he's got his brother pushing him out here to the lead too. So it's kind of like the the Bush brothers and you know the actual NASCAR Cup. So that's pretty cool to see too.
So we see two of these.
Titanic's going to move his brother.
So we've seen 2 of those trucks jump out to the outside for a second. Not sure what that was about. That kind of helped the other pack catch up a little bit. And with this long string of draft here, I believe we're going to see the Bob Drew pack catch the Twoon pack here within the next couple laps.
Yeah, I would say Titanic is the Kurt, and then Twoon is the Kyle of those brothers.
Hey, Titanic, he does it where it counts.
They're out here being real patient, though. Good to see this kind of patient racing right now.
I'm liking the 2-pack mentality, though. I mean, that keeps you looking on different parts of the track. You know, you got one pack, and can they get lined up? Can the other pack, can they stay lined up? Because there's like one truck right in the middle of both packs. He's just out of the draft on the front pack, but it looks like he's getting it back now. But I mean,
I think
one of those
Killer
guys,
Sean, and he might be laying back trying to make a move.
well, if one of those trucks loses the front pack, they're just going to get picked back up by that back pack, and then it's money from there. So it's not like he's losing anything by losing that front pack.
So in this front pack here, you got Twoon, Titanic, Death, Before Dishonor, Scoop, Sniper, and I'm not sure who the other guy is right off. Oh,
That's
I
Travis.
believe it's Travis.
Travis. Okay. Yep, you got Lando in 13th right now, as I can see. And he's a part of the Bob Drew pack, who is trying to catch the Twoon pack that we have infamously labeled them as of now. And so still very much single file racing, one against another. I'm sure there's some fuel saving going on out there, as a full tank is 15 laps. So we'll have to see people if they can save 2 laps, like people like Wide Open, who did not have to pit when everybody did last time. He would have made a 17 lap stage, I do believe. Might see a few more people be able to save at least 2 laps in these long drafting lines.
I think Twoon's going to be in trouble out here leading by himself if everyone else tries to push it to the end. I think he may be a lap short if they try to really.
The most fuel right now.
By the way, I see the 18 truck rubbing off of the 3 truck of Twoon there. It kind of makes me think that Twoon's not all the way in the throttle. That maybe Titanic's pushing him a little bit more than he would like to be, because Twoon's trying to save that little bit of fuel. You can kind of see it right now. It looks like Titanic gets a little bit of a run on him.
Yeah, because it looks like he's had that bumper almost this entire lap, just light hooked onto him.
Yeah, and you got Death just barely staying off of him, so you know he's floating the throttle there. And then you got Scoop with someone up against him as Sniper, and there's a little bit of cushion between him and Death there. You can tell that those drivers are flirting, or what we call floating in the draft with the throttle.
Yeah, it's smart running by them, knowing that they can do something like that with the ability to have another car push them around here. Might be helping, we might see them all push this to the end of the stage. Or to the very end of the 15 lap count there.
Yeah, the Bob Drew pack is getting closer, but something I've seen with that pack, as I've seen them in the back view of this pack, is they're not as consistent and tight-knit as the first pack is. And I feel like that's not why they're not catching them, because as you can see, they have a truck on the outside right now.
Got to stay lined up. If they want to catch this pack in front of them, they got to stay lined up. I mean, there's no point in trying to make a 2-car move on the outside. Stay in line, get up to that big pack, and then if you get that good pull from the front pack, Bob Drew may just take it to the outside. If you can get, that whole group to go to the outside, I mean, that's going to be a battle right there.
The first four cars of that backpack is coordinated enough to catch the rear end of this group's draft, as one from the first pack has drug behind a little bit. So that's definitely going to help them suck it up here.
Sean right there.
So it's about to happen right now. I believe that backpack is about to catch the twin pack. So how do you think that's going to change the perspective here with about 5 laps to go?
I really hope we see a move to the outside here. I want to see what it can do.
Got about 5-6 laps. I'm not sure.
The outside. There they go.
Oh, so they're going to try to bring this party to the outside. I don't know about that.
Receive.
I'm not sure about that move.
I think they abandoned it. Let's see if they get back to it before the end of the stage.
Oh, we have some shuffling going on. This is now a huge pack race now. We have about 14, probably 13 to 14 trucks in this pack.
Like we may have a high line going.
Okay, we have Lando. He's way out there on that outside pack. He's just trying to survive and get back off of Woody's draft. He may lose him. We're still on board with
guys, work together. If
Twin and Titanic.
Work.
And man, Bob Drew has caught the last car of the first pack. He is.
Bob Drew abandoned it though.
Wally, the owner of W74 League Racing, has commented saying great racing. So we got another league watching us as well.
Awesome.
Hey, good to have you here, Wally.
Yeah, thank you for watching. As we enjoy everybody here, views Hammerdown streams, please like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, family to watch us here. We're every Friday, Saturday night at 9:30. Cup on Friday, trucks on Saturday, as you're watching right now. This is the round of 12, race number 1 at Talladega, as the twin pack is now being caught by the Bob Drew pack. And Bob Drew has seemed to have blended into what is the twin pack. So I guess the Bob Drew pack is no longer a thing. They've disbanded.
I'm seeing that still nobody. Nobody wants to run that high side. They're all just tucking right back in on the bottom.
We have the brothers kind of jump up half a lane there in the backstretch. We have some people signaling to pit. Look like Titanic, Scoop, Sniper. Twin did not give the signal. Don't know if he's going to be going. As we'll see right here.
Wide open stays out.
What are the odds?
Over under 100%. I'm going to say
Twin, Titanic, Scoop, Bob Drew, Sniper, Woody.
And look, we would have been all wrong. I think Wide Open came down. No,
he didn't.
Collins.
So now we got to go find Wide Open. He is running Death. Excuse me. Sniper did not pit. Must have been King Powell. Now we have Death, Sniper, Travis, and Wide Open still out here right now. Lando also did not pit, who is now running in 6th position.
Big props to these guys on these green flag stops. I have not seen one truck bang another truck getting into pit road, so these guys are giving everybody
that's quite impressive to see, because this banking coming down out of that turn, it can be really difficult to get these trucks slowed down.
Not sure how many.
Merc here on the chat as well. What's going on, Merc? Merc raced with us for a little bit. I believe he's going to be trying out for season 3 as well.
Awesome. Yeah, we are always accepting drivers. If you would like to join, please find somebody. Any gamer tag that you see along the stream tonight, you can message one of those guys. We'll get you in contact with the right people. Or you can join us on Facebook, the Hammerdown Racing Series Facebook page. Join that, ask one of us to join, and we'll get you set up for season 3.
And unfortunately, the loser of that pit stop for the first group was Twin. Twin lost the lead the first time, and he came out of pits with no help this pit stop.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Oh, no. His team struggled the last 2 pit stops. He went from first back to 5th on that last pit stop, and it looks like he's going to go back from, first or second back there again.
So I'm going to hope that I am on the leaders here. That is Travis. Let me get up to Travis here on the screen. This is
road now.
They're taking the white flag right now for stage number 2. This is lap 17 of 17. Travis is going to take that right now. He's got Death and Wide Open and Sniper around him, as they're going to be racing a 4-pack all the way up to the line. This is 4 stage points. Travis, my co-winner pick tonight. Twoon has led all this stage, and then we have Travis maybe looking to win it. Got Death tight in tow as they come down the backstretch. Wide Open trying to force the issue as he is given all the tail end draft that he can afford. Sniper's still running on the outside, but now gets down into the bumper of Wide Open as they come around into 3 and 4. Back to the backstretch, or front stretch, excuse me. And it's the 87 of Travis leading this around for the last lap in stage number 2. I don't believe Death is going to do it. Oh, he jumps down into the double yellow. The 87 jumps up a little bit. The 20 of Death comes in close, and they're going to take the stage number 2. So it is 87 Travis winning stage number 2 here in the round of 12 from Talladega. And so what did y'all see from that? A little different racing there at the end of this stage?
Not sure what Death did there. He actually hurt himself and lost a position instead of gaining any time at all coming out that final tri-oval.
Yeah, it was a little premature move there, I believe, possibly on his part.
Saw Sniper drop back a bit too.
Yeah, so...
stage pit stops.
Yeah, gotta wonder if those guys could make it or if they just didn't want to try to make it.
Yeah, so Travis won the stage, Wide Open second, Death third. I believe it was Sniper, then Lando. And then
Sniper was in fourth.
Yep, Sniper, then Lando. So that was your top 5. Stage number 2 here from Talladega. Now there is stage number 3 is 51 laps. So we will see at least 3 pit stops, I do believe. Some of these guys might be able to make up the difference on that little bit at the end there, stretch it to a 2-stop stage. But that's going to be hard to do, stretching 15 laps into...
Now what I want to see is these guys stay together on these restarts. The last 2 restarts, you've seen a little bit of an issue, and you've seen 2, 3, 4 trucks get lost from the pack within the first lap.
Yes, that's true. And as we restart, somebody already up and off the wall. Travis Travis is leading us off
Kyle
here.
Seems to be struggling a little bit tonight with the handling of his truck.
So this is the finale. This is lap 44 of 94. And Travis is leading us off here in stage number 1. Sniper close in tow. Lando in 3rd. Death out to the side in 4th.
Come on, guys, let's get this outside line working. Let's see it.
Yeah, let's keep these trucks up in the outside line
waiting
here.
for the whole race to see that top line get going.
So right here,
what they want.
so we still have not had a big one, and the over/under was 2. And I picked the over. It's the only over I picked tonight, and so far no crashes. But stage number 3 is always.
Don't speak too soon. There it is.
There
it is.
Yep.
Oh, they're still crashing. Oh, that was a tough hit for Collins.
Yeah, that is a caution.
Hopefully
I do believe.
his wrists are okay if he is on wheel.
That was a caution. So big 1-1.
That's twice now. You've called. Visceral said something, and then it happened. And then you just said that big one, and it happened.
Well, there's our first caution of the night.
We're fortune tellers. What do you want us to say?
Yeah. So that was our first caution of the night. So it's this beginning of stage number 3 where the those nerves begin to set in a little bit, where the prize is on the line. The ticket can be punched in this stage tonight in the round of 12, race number 1 at Talladega. As we're going to do a restart here, and for some reason it always puts me on B stats when we restart. So we'll get back out here to Travis in that 87 as he is going to restart us here again in stage number 3, the Sugarland Shine 250.
Yeah, Bino, anytime you do a restart, it's always going to put you on the pole sitter.
Okay, yeah, I never paid attention to that.
Yeah, so every time you do a restart, the camera order is the qualifying order.
Okay. Awesome. So we got Travis and Sniper and Scoop and Bob Drew, the 4, leading the rest of the field down the backstretch here in stage number 3. And so far a very clean race. Just had our first caution. we have now had 4 different drivers lead a lap, I do believe.
Yep. And I tell you what, you got 5 trucks on the outside right now that will run on the outside, and led by Scoop, Bob Drew, Twoon, Death, and Beast. I bet they'll stay up there.
Oh, they got 7 up there now, right?
Yeah, they have quite a bit.
6, 7. Yeah, they have 7 up there. Once Titanic sucks up, they might have 8 too. Looks like we're finally seeing this high line get to going.
And we're actually going to see how many trucks it takes on the high side to beat that low line, as we see a car from the inside jump up to the outside to help that outside line out.
And that is a rare occurrence here on the super speedways this weekend, as everybody wants the inside line, as I believe the top line is gaining a little bit here. A little swirliness out of them, but they're getting it together.
I don't know, then we might see a wreck here.
Oh, the big one is a brewing. We got a car in the middle. This is where it all begins. Lando has jumped out to the outside to help the outside line with Scoop. But Travis is going to go up and block. He's going to take the top line.
Oh, jeez.
He's going to take all that speed. We have Bob Drew dropping down inside. And then we have Travis coming back down to take the inside line. So Travis is really super speedway racing out here tonight. Man, what a show.
This is about to end like an elevator ride with Ray Rice.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Don't do Ray like that.
Too soon.
So these guys just saw that high line does work, but they chose to dive back down. So the high line will work until as soon as one driver thinks that high line's not working and they're going to lose too many positions, they bail on it and they go right to the inside.
And you could see that worked out really well for Scoop. He still managed to come away in second place even after the high line fell apart right there. Still got Travis out here leading this race, and he's putting in some good laps right now, Travis is. And I know that's got to make a lot of our viewing group pretty happy right now.
That was the move of the race, was Travis going out and blocking the momentum of the outside line, wide open, and Bob Drew dropping down to the inside line and him cutting them straight off and keeping the momentum enough to allow the rest of the field just to file in behind him. So far, that is the move of the race. It was Travis holding off both lines of traffic to keep this lead.
We're starting to see more of these guys try the outside line, though, and that makes me real happy to see. I want to see some good 2x2 racing here to end this race.
That's what you want here. The first 2 stages, people raced accordingly. They kept in single file lines, saved fuel, try to get the points at the end. Here, that's not happening. People are trying to be aggressive on the point of attack here in the early parts of the stages, because at a super speedway it is so imperative that you be one of the first cars in the pits, one of the best, cleanest pit stops, and back out of the pits. That way everybody can catch up to you, and you don't have to catch up to them. So as we're at lap 52 here, we're going to start seeing pit stops probably within the next 6 to 7 laps. Probably see some maybe earlier than that. People who save fuel maybe later. So our fuel window will start, I would say, within the next 3 laps, and it will extend for 10 laps past that. So how do y'all feel about this first round of pit stops here in stage number 3?
I feel like our broadcaster Beast has a lung capacity of Michael Phelps over here. Good on you for that. Yeah, I think we're going to see them run it all the way down to the wire and basically try to cut this, either as like a two-tire half can kind of thing on this first pit stop, and then a 1 full 4-tire rotation. But I don't see anybody doing 4 tires and full fuel on both stops.
I think
another thing too is the more separated they get, the less likely that caution is going to come out and save them if they lose the draft. So it's important to stay with this pack as long as you can, get out of the pit stops as quickly as you can, so you don't get riding by yourself and then that caution doesn't fly and then you're just riding the next 30 laps by yourself, whistling Dixie.
Right.
So one thing I'm seeing that nobody else is really trying yet is I've been watching. Who's that? Woody and Lando work the outside alone for 2 or 3 laps now and not really lose any position. And I think now we're going to see that high line get going again.
People, like I said, people want to be on the point of attack. They're tired of sitting back. They want to lead some laps. Even though it has no significance, we see Scoop jump way out there to join that high side again. So now we have another 2-lane battle with Scoop leading the outside. So now we're going to have to watch out for Travis, the monster here, about blocking both lanes. Scoop is up on that quarter panel of that lead truck, but he's going to drop back and get nose even with Bob Drew.
I think that high side is going to need at least 2 more trucks.
Yeah, at least 2 more trucks. And I mean, we see Killer Sean jump up now, but it's still going to need another heavy hitter. They're going to need Bob Drew or Sniper or Death or Twoon to jump out and help that high line, because otherwise they're just going to be running side by side with 5th place truck here.
Yeah, and I just want to kind of like go through a few random bits here, and we got HDRS Woody on board. Jinx, why don't you tell us a little bit about Woody here as he's running in the middle of this pack?
Woody's been around since season 1. That is the son of the famous Bad Dad biker,
who is right behind him actually. Twin or Titanic got him between them. But yeah.
But Woody's been around. He races hard. He races clean. If he makes a mistake, he owns up to it, and if you make a mistake that affects him, he expects you to own up to it. So, one of those good, honest drivers who just tries to keep his nose clean as much as he can.
Awesome. We have some shuffling as these cars look like, or his trucks look like they're trying to get back single file. Most of the field is single file now. And Biker's rounding up this top pack.
Yeah, speaking of Biker, it's really weird to see him playing so coy back there in the back. I wonder if that's him, struggling a bit with the truck today, or if he's just being really smart and waiting for this, last round of pit stops before he gets it going.
I think he's waiting for it to get straightened out before he starts making a move.
So now we're on lap 56, so I'd say before long we are going to see some of these trucks go down the pit lane to get some service. And his is a very tight-knit pack, and whenever you have a whole pack of trucks trying to pit, it can get dicey. And throw out a flag there, so you never know. Some people staying out might benefit them.
And Visceral, we got Alan on here, the Travis fan, said he is still dying laughing at the Ray Rice comment.
Well, yeah. Just felt like the punch a ticket thing that Stu said kind of led right to that for me.
So we're on board with Scoop. He is back in this pack here. We're going to go hood view, get you into this action. We see Woody slide down in front of Scoop there. Scoop getting a little aggressive, comes back out to the outside. And jump over to on view with Woody as he is behind the 3 of Twoon. B-Stats in front of him.
We got a few trucks going to try to make that outside work again. We got Titanic and Lando jumped up there.
Yeah, I got Lando right outside Woody here. He is Lando is actually gaining speed. He has passed now Lando. He has now passed Twoon and is door to door with B-Stats, I believe, up there. Kind of dropping off there. See if they have. Lando's jumped down. The 18 jumped down. Almost left Scoop out to dry. But Titanic isn't going to do him that way, as they are Joe Gibb teammates in the Cup Series with me. But looks like Woody had an issue there.
Don't speak too soon there. Yeah, don't speak too soon.
Now Scoop has left Titanic out there to dry, and Woody has jumped back down in front of the 23 of Collins.
We got to be careful here, Stu. Me and you are both 1 for 1 on calling a disastrous event.
Got King Paul, and I'm not sure who drives the other truck there.
Now, there's a strong truck leading that outside line with Twoon, Lando, and Scoop. They need 2 more to go up there. I would say Bob should jump up there with them.
Oh, yeah, Sniper even maybe too, being far enough back there. We see Killer Sean pulling up. I think Woody's going to end up going with them.
Man, but you got
Collins going to stay safe on the inside.
How about Travis still leading this race? Bob Drew right behind him, followed by Wide Open, Death, B-Stats. Then you have the outside line trying to force a little issue out there, the 3, the 51, and the 33. And I'm not sure who's the 4th truck in that mess out there.
That's Killer Sean.
Killer Sean trying to make that outside line work. Got another truck coming back from the back trying to make that outside line work with them. But you still have a strong case here on the inside. Travis still leading a very strong race with Bob Drew pushing tightly in tow, as these pit stops are going to be coming before long.
Beast just jumped up to the high side.
Yeah, we're taking.
Oh, here we go. This might be it right here, gentlemen.
Two of them back out.
Yeah, it looks like Scoop and Lando thought better of it. Leaving Twoon out there. Okay, Lando's coming right back. Or no, that's Killer Sean popping back out.
Oh, we got some people going down below the line. I'm not sure if that was a draft effect or somebody signaling the pit. Would be the only man in the field, I do believe, to make that move at this moment. So we are coming into what I predicted to be the fuel window at this moment, as we are coming around for lap number 61. So it'll be any moment now. As most of the field is up here in this pack. I believe we only have 2 trucks that are back off the pace, really.
The only truck that should not be considering the outside line is Travis.
Yeah, exactly. Bob Drew looking to make a move, I guess. He kind of jumped up half a lane.
I think why we're seeing people get rid of that high line right now.
Oh, truck way down into the inside.
I think they're signaling pit, and I think that's why we're seeing people abandon the high line. It's because we're so close to pit strategy here that I don't think people want to be caught up there.
Okay, so I'm on deck with Bob Drew. We'll see who goes down right here. And we got a few going down. Bob Drew staying out. Most of the pack. No, Bob Drew makes a late decision to pit. I don't think he made it. Don't think he made it in. And
if he did, he was speeding.
Yeah, if he did.
Oh, man, they kind of worked each other over there on that pit strategy.
Yeah.
Kind of hate to see it because now it's going to be Travis and Scoop working alone out here.
If Bob Drew did not speed, that would be a help.
I mean, if
Bob
Drew
is also
didn't
there.
speed, I'm a 6-armed dragon.
Bacher also is in the pits. So now we're going to jump back out here. And it's wide open leading the race with Death behind him. And then Lando in the 51. B-Stats is on the outside. He has a group of 3 helping him.
Yep, Bob Drew was speeding. The 3 trucks that came in with him are already out.
The B-Stats drops in. B-Stats Woody drops in for sure as 2 trucks only remain out on the track.
Yeah,
that
Woody, Killer Sean, Lando,
wide open
Sniper.
and Death out here trying to push the issue. Are these 2 trucks on the same kind of strategy? 2 trucks can totally work together and create an issue for the rest of the field if they get out far enough here on these pit stops. But it's looking like people are going to be taking fuel and right sides
you know
this
what they
pit.
say about 2 can be as bad as 1 there, Stu. I think these 3, 4, 5 pack, that's going to be together right here is going to easily catch these 2 pack drivers.
Well, this is going to work out that the pit stops worked out that way because this is going to allow Scoop and Travis and those drivers that pit early to probably catch their way back around, and as those cars that just pitted will catch them, and then these guys, maybe we'll see them get caught. Well, who knows? As they just now lapped. They just now lapped. Most of those guys coming out of the pits. They have a group in front of them that just came off the pit. So quite a swell pack, actually. They are signaling to pit now, I do believe. Both trucks are, as they pass Titanic Joe in the backstretch.
Is Lando leading the race here, Stu?
I wouldn't imagine that he is. I think he pit with the second round, like with B-Stats.
But he's ahead.
No, he's in 4th
he's ahead
right
of
now.
Everybody. Okay.
He's in 4th.
He's ahead of the Twin Pack again.
You got Wide Open and Death in the pits right now. Death in front of Wide Open. Don't know how Death ended up pulling that off there at the end. We missed that. So those 2 trucks.
We did just get confirmation that Pyle is out of the race due to an internet loss. His power went out, he said.
It's unfortunate for King Pyle, as I'm sure he was wanting to punch his ticket tonight just as well as anybody else.
Stream check. Merck was asking how many laps. I think it was 94, right?
Yeah, we are 64 of 94 right now, so we have 31 to go. And we're about to take the lap for 30 to go. And still have Lando out there in 5th. I'm not sure who is leading this at the moment. Give me one moment to check that out. Wide Open is still leading this race. So we'll get on him and then see who catches him as he comes out of the pits. They should have Death close in tow, I would think. I do believe he does right there in his rear view. As you can see, he is catching up to him mighty fast, whoever that may be. It is the 34 B-Stats actually going to make a move on Wide Open here. And he's just going to be gaining a lap back, I do believe.
We got a 6-truck pack brewing right here, boys. Being led by Scoop, and they're coming up on Wide Open and Death quick.
I am on board with Twoon here. I see this big pack here looking to chase down the leader as Wide Open in the 40 there. I'm not sure what happened to Death during that pit sequence. If one of y'all want to maybe try to see what happened there.
It's one of those things where he may have just been in a further back spot on pit road.
I don't even see him a part of these packs though, is the thing. I don't know where he's at. Got B-Stats out there trying to live a lap on the lead lap, I would assume. And this pack is catching them. They are wide open all the way through here.
Death just got on the backstretch. And he's by himself.
Yeah, so he may have took a whole 4-tire full fuel stop and maybe looking to save. Not sure on that count, but to the best of my knowledge, you would have Scoop right here in second, trying to chase down Wide Open.
That's twice this race where Wide Open has come out of pit roads by stretching the fuel, and when he's gotten out of pit road and up the speed, he's had a lap car there to save his butt from the lead pack.
Yeah. So I do believe we still have just 4 people who's led a lap. If Scoop is able to pull it off right here, then maybe. So Scoop being pushed by Titanic, he gets way down low. Woody not helping the issue there, but they get back in line. So Scoop's going to go around, maybe make it number 5 to lead a lap tonight here at Dega in the round of 12. And Scoop has taken it for a lead lap now, making it 5 total drivers. And
so
we have.
Did we take the over and the under on that one?
I took under on everything but the big one.
Okay. I think I took under as well. I think Visser, you took under as well, right?
He took overs on some stuff.
No, I definitely took under on the, sorry guys, I accidentally had myself muted. Definitely took under on lap leaders because it was 10, and I said we'd probably only see about 4. So I was wrong on that, but I still don't think we'll see 10.
Yeah, these guys right here, I mean, this pack, they caught Wide Open, but they gained an extra truck too with Beast, even though he is a lap down.
Is Beast Stats a lap down? I don't think he is.
We can't tell, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, NASCAR does not give us the ability here on Heat 5 to do that.
If we could get a count on Lando's in 6th position, so if you can count the trucks there, and it'll tell you if Beast Stats.
It's still hard to tell, though.
Well, you could tell if he was on the lead.
So Beast Stats is on the lead lap.
He is?
Yep.
So B-Stats, I guess, was leading this race.
Yeah.
Whenever we thought Wide Open was. So there's that. So everybody here is racing for position. This is a quite.
Lando's in what, 8th place now?
Lando is in 6th position. He is on the outside.
Wait for it to rotate till he goes to the back. Should put him in 8th, correct?
Yeah, he is in 8th. Yeah.
Yep. So B-Stats is definitely in 4th position right now.
All right, well, good on for Beast.
Yeah, I don't even know when he made that move to get him back on the lead lap, much less in the top 5.
I don't think he ever was off the lead lap. I think he just dropped back and tried to fuel save a little bit in that first stage. I told you he'd just linger around until it mattered. And here we are with 25 laps to go, and he's in 4th position.
Yeah, here he is. Always in contention.
But here's a surprising
he's a real smart,
factor.
safe racer.
Yeah, here's a surprising factor, I believe, personally, is we have that 15 truck running third behind two of the dominating drivers of the race so far, which have been Scoop and Twoon, have been up front quite a bit tonight.
Woody actually just got knocked all the way back to the end of this lead.
So I'm just going to shut up, because every time I say something, I destroy it.
When you think you're going to say something that could destroy it, Bino, just take a breath.
Yeah, talk about King Midas. Talk about King Midas and his gold over here.
I turn everything to coal with my voice.
So one thing I'm noticing with these drivers, if you actually watch some of these drivers, especially towards the back of the pack, when they get a run, instead of just checking up and staying behind that truck in front of them, they move up as to not hit the truck to break the momentum. And when they do that, it's actually killing their run.
Right.
Yeah, they might almost be doing it as like an engine brake kind of thing. Like it's better than letting off of the gas. Because they can stay in the gas and keep the momentum, and they can just break the draft a little bit.
When you do that, though, you risk losing the draft by being able to not get back down in time.
Oh, you also risk that guy underneath you not knowing you're doing that and taking that spot. Like we just saw with Lando and Travis there.
Yeah, Lando definitely forced his way down there. But it was a clean move. I mean, he didn't take out Travis in it. They hooked up a little bit, but Travis is still in the draft, so no harm, no foul. I'm pretty sure Travis will remember that, with 2 laps to go.
Travis was strong there in that second stage. Ended up winning it. So
everybody up here in this top group is strong. I don't know who's going to win this race. I'm not willing to bet at this point. Twin looking good there in second. It's always tough to bet against Scoop when he's got the lead.
And
yeah,
like
it is.
Down to 2 laps. With 2-3 laps to go, these trucks, the way they have to rev up to get that draft to go and get that run, they're going to have to try to make that race-winning move with 2 laps to go.
Stats, ooh, maybe Twin let him in. It looks like it might have been an under the yellow line pass, but tough to tell.
Could be signaling pit.
Well, I don't believe we'll have any more pit stops for about 10 more laps, I think. I could be wrong on that, but I think about 10 laps to go, we'll start 10 laps from now, we'll start seeing some more pit stops. If my math is correct, in 7 laps, they could pit and make it to the end. So, we'll see how that works.
And I just saw Lando get up high, and then Travis came underneath him, and when it came down to let Lando in, Travis did not let him in.
Yeah, like you said, Travis remembered that move from earlier.
Yeah. You can't have short-term memory loss here whenever you're racing for stuff as important as a ticket punch into the round of 8. Travis has won Daytona and Atlanta so far this year in the truck series, those being the 2 fastest tracks in the schedule so far. So why not try to make it a clean sweep against the super speedy tracks here in the Hammerdown schedule. Scoop making a strong case out there right now. B-Stats towing in second, and Twoon, who dominated a lot of the first stage, led some in the second stage, I do believe.
An honorable mention to somebody who wants a caution right now is Bob Drew, who got that bad speeding penalty at the beginning of the first pit stop on the stage.
Yeah, I believe he waited too late to choose and go down pit road. He probably should have just went ahead and went. I don't know if he was trying to fool some of the pack. Definitely wasn't a great move in the end.
I think either way we would have seen the end result be pretty much similar. Because if he had dove back on track last second at 80 mile an hour, he'd have been a half a lap behind the leaders.
Yeah.
So I think it kind of worked out the same either way. Just a difficult situation for him overall, because we know he had a good truck here, and he definitely didn't want to see that penalty.
Right.
And it was one of those situations where it looked like he signaled that he couldn't signal because he was going to pit because he was on the high side. And he did everything he could to try to get down on the pit road without hitting anybody. And I think by the time he had the opening to get down, it was just too late.
If I'm correct on this, This is a good mix of the first group that pitted and the last group that pitted. So kind of worked out on those.
Scoop's gonna go in.
The middle group did not.
No, Scoop is going in pit road.
Oh no, Scoop went in by himself. Oh no.
That's unfortunate.
We hate to see something like that.
Well,
oh man.
Honestly, I don't know why he would pit right now. He can't make it to the end on what you get. So
I will say this: Scoop is smart. So if he feels he can make it by pitting now, and I mean he's got to have a strategy. There's no way he would pit by himself.
He'll have to save 3 laps.
Still, even if he thought he could make it now to the end, these guys when they pit guaranteed can make it to the end, but they also are going to have 8 other guys to work with in the draft. I
don't believe we're going to see this group out here pit. Orlando's going down now, which is kind of confusing to me. I don't think we're going to see these guys pit for another 2 or 3 laps possibly. They should have been able to make it a little farther, I thought.
And full disclaimer, as us broadcasters, we don't have tickers or anything, so we are basically guessing based on what we see, and we actually don't know what they're thinking.
Sometimes we just do it really good. Not all the time though. But this pack up here is still running. It's a 6 trucks. It used to be a 8 truck pack. So we've had Scoop and Lando drop off and pit.
Yeah, we just had B-News Stu out here counting on fingers and toes, and he did determine it was 6 people.
Yep. The camera angle switched. Wasn't able to get an accurate digit.
As they come in pit
but
now,
Twin stays out.
So Travis Rake's going in. Travis
and
has
I think Twin missed a commitment cone.
And we are 3 for 3 because I complimented on how well they were doing on pit road entry.
Oh. We're killing these guys out here.
So I got an eye on Bob Drew here.
What I'm thinking is Scoop pitted early, got his fuel, and was thinking by the time they pitted and got back up to speed, he would be able to be on the tail end of that pack. That's the only thing I can think of why he pitted when he did.
Well, Wide Open did not pit. I believe he's going to stretch it enough. If he takes the lap right here, I believe it'll be lap 80.
It looks like Twin missed his pit, that's for sure, and he's waiting to catch the draft off these guys that are coming out.
Wide Open pitting right now. So I believe Wide Open has a possibility to be the only truck to make it to the end. So you might see him sneak one out here. Travis had a little issue there on pit road. It was unfortunate. Bob Drew is still in the pits. I do believe Bob Drew is out of the race, unfortunately.
Is out of gas. The way he's creeping right there, I believe Twin is out of gas. That is a long roll.
Let's get over to Mr. Twin. If I can find him. There he is in the 3, creeping very slowly. Got Biker up there going very slow
tough.
too. So Twin did not make it back around to pit road, unfortunately. And there was my pick.
Breaking news. Scoop and Lando have actually passed Beast, who came out of pit road a lap after them. So Scoop and Lando's plan to pit early might actually benefit them because they actually came out when the rest of the pack came out.
Lando right now is in 2nd place.
Yep, and he just pitted the lap before the pack did.
Yeah, so he is behind. Who is it leading?
Wide Open, probably.
No, that is Sean John in front of them. I'm not sure if he's the leader or not. I believe he is because I can't see the leader's tag on Lando's stream. So I believe Killer Sean John is leading this race. To the best of my knowledge, Lando in 2nd, Scoop and B-Stats in tow behind them.
I'd like to see Killer Sean win a race. Killer Sean's been one of the most consistent drivers in trucks all season, and he's actually, since being brought up to Cup, he's actually been one of the consistent Cup drivers too. Takes lessons very well. You tell him how to do something, tell him the best way to do it, and he has no problem listening and taking it in.
I believe we have Bacher actually pulling a Lotton McQueen move and is going to help Twoon around. So
We like to see that. That's good. That's good teamwork right there. Even though they're not on the same team, it's nice to see Biker back out and help Twoon get around here.
And they are on the same team in the Cup team, so.
Yep, so we're on board with Bad Bacher doing a very awesome deed here for his buddy, Mr. Twoon, who has unfortunately ran out of gas well far away from the entrance of pit road. So we want to say thank you, Bacher, for being such a good sport.
Times this season in multiple races where a driver who's not necessarily competing for a win, maybe a lap down, helping a car out of gas get around the track. So that's the sportsmanship in this league, and we see it multiple times this season.
Yeah, you love to see it too. That's the kind of camaraderie that we love to see here in HDRS.
So I'm in a little 4-pack group here. It looks like it's being led by, I believe, Sniper, maybe. I can't quite tell what car that is. It's either Pile or... No, Pile is out of the race, so it is Sniper.
It's Sniper, Titanic, Collins,
Sniper,
and Gladbump.
and Gladbump just gave Collins a heck of a shove up the track there. But let's get back over here to see who's still leading this race. It is Killer Sean in that 32, being followed by Scoop and, my bad, sorry. Who is that behind him?
Yeah,
that is Lando.
Lando.
That's Lando.
Yeah, Lando's Scoop.
B-stats.
Yeah, B-stats. Forgot Lando's truck number there for a second.
Now I believe Killer Sean pitted with the pack the 2 laps after Scoop and Lando did, so Killer Sean, I believe, can make it to the end. Now he just has to stay out front.
So if there's about 10 laps of fuel to go in this first pack that we're watching here, and there's some tire issue going on here in this pack as well, as I believe Lando has some left sides that are worn with around 10 to go, 11 to go. So we'll see how that plays out for that 51 truck. That might be why he's in this position.
He's going to have to keep that truck as stable as possible.
He's going to have to not turn as much. It's his left rear, so we'll see how that works out for him. All the other tires will certainly make him. Yeah.
The 4-tire stop at this point would be not a good day.
Oh, it would absolutely just destroy your chances here when you're running in second place behind somebody who wants a win so desperate. I'm sure in Killer Sean, he would love to win him a race here. And you have B-Stats and Scoop, who are both great competitors in this league. They're going to be tough ones to hold off as this race ticks down into the nervous moments, because I'm sure we're about to hit single-digit laps to go here in this race, and we kind of see a little odd separation there going down the backstretch from these drivers in this top pack of 4.
I think what's happening here is Lando is trying to save those lefts to the point where he's kind of slowing everyone up behind him.
Those tires, man, he's got to save if he even wants to, salvage the top 4 finish that he has right now. Even if he has the fuel to make it, because I'm pretty sure we have 9 to go, and some of these guys are looking at around 8 laps of fuel.
So what I'm thinking too is the thing that's hurting him is he's got to save that left rear, but to stay in the draft with these 3 trucks, he's got to run the low line, and the low line is not where you want to be with 1 tires.
Absolutely not.
I believe Scoop is signaling to pit on that backstretch. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, he has to. He went too early. I didn't think he'd be able to make it. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to. Killer Sean and Lando. Lando is going to pit, and So we got Killer Sean and B-Stats out here now, 1 and 2, racing all alone. Nobody in view, nobody in sight.
Do we think they can make it to the end?
Yes.
Yeah, it's got to make it to the end.
Killer Sean and Beast pitted with the pack 2 laps after Lando and Scoop did.
So, yeah, they have a chance to have enough. Now, they may have enough of a lead to be able to afford to run out on the last lap. You never know.
And the thing that hurts Lando right now is when he pitted, I bet he probably took 4 tires.
He had to.
Yeah, he had to, unfortunately.
He did.
Scoop probably only took fuel, so now there's 2 are going to be running by themselves.
Maybe, Scoop's a good competitor. I think maybe he was talking to Lando there, and they probably, waited for each other, like knowing Scoop. He knows that the 2 cars are faster, than him just running by himself.
I'm not sure. Not seeing Scoop in his side of view on the stream. Oh my God, we got B-Stats trying to take an inside move here to take the lead, and he has. He has cleared Killer Sean as B-Stats and Killer Sean are going to be coming up on the 51 truck of Lando in this sequence. So we'll see how that works out.
And I wasn't sure if B-Stats was going to be okay with just riding behind Killer Sean and letting a playoff guy take a win. So
that could have been Killer Sean also not knowing if he was going to make it on gas and just getting the position up to follow in draft.
yeah, you kind of want to find that out. I mean, if you're trying to save gas, 7 laps to go is not the time to try to start saving. As Beast has gone up and jumped in behind Killer Sean again.
Yeah, so Killer Sean's now the leader again. So what are we at now? About 7 leaders have led. Probably 8, more like it. Only one big one. And Lando's in 11th with the leaders not far behind him, I don't believe.
Oh, no. So, yeah, he and Scoop did not work together on the exit of that pit stop.
No, Scoop is working with Death right now, I do believe. Back there somewhere.
As much of a competitor as Scoop is, I don't think Scoop had the luxury of waiting the extra 12 seconds it was going to take for Lando to get his tires. Cause I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
so Scoop and Death. Scoop is in 9th, Death is in 10th, Lando 11th, Collins 12th, and Twoon 13th. So there's that group. It's lap 89 of 94. So when they take it right here, it'll be lap 95 to go. Killer Sean is leading with B-Stats hot on his tail. B-Stats goes around to the outside, hoping to find something out there, maybe some grip to get down in front of Killer Sean.
He did get the pass. We'll see if he can complete it here. And yeah, he did.
He has completed it. He has cleared Killer Sean. Not sure what's wrong with Killer Sean's truck. Seems like he kind of lost some speed there or something. B-Stats maybe
he
trying
might be
to
having to save tires like Lando.
You can see B-Stats, he's signaling to pit maybe. Not really sure. Maybe he's just trying to play the shake move and keep Killer Sean off his draft. Because there's only 2 trucks out there. If he can get some major separation off Killer Sean here, he can easily run away with these last 4 laps as he comes to the line.
I mean, that would be kind of smart if Beast needed to pit to let him go, but it doesn't look like they're going to pit. Looks like he maybe just got a little loose off the 2 there.
I think he's playing the shake game where he's trying to keep Killer Sean out of his draft, keep him off his bumper, so he can just run out the rest of these laps, get him another win from the pole, mind you. So, Jinx, do you have anything out there in the chat world right now?
We got Panda's watching in live. Had to back out, had some priorities to take care of. There was no shame in that, but Panda is watching. And he says we are killing it in the booth tonight. Well, we have the shadow of Panda to live up to on Friday night, so
it's true.
We do our best.
Yeah, we do our best to compare ourselves to that, and it takes 3 of us to even get close.
Yeah.
So
go big at home.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're going to take, as they come down the front stretch here, this will be taking the flag at lap 92. That'll leave us at 3 to go here in the round of 12.
B-Stats looks to be the leader right now, correct?
Is Killer Sean in the playoffs?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
So it would be detrimental to Killer Sean here if B-Stats was able to hold on and win this race. B-Stats threw the hammer down in the playoff standings at Watkins Glen by staying out and winning that race to everybody's surprise. And here he is trying to keep Killer Sean off his tail end.
Yeah, unfortunately, B-Stats joined a little late. If he had joined 1 or 2 races sooner, there's a good chance we might see him fighting, to the point where this win packs, him into the round of 8.
He just lacked.
Unfortunately, there was a lap minimum, a race minimum to be eligible for the playoffs. So as Killer Sean is pitting for fuel.
So B-Stats is still out here. He's taking it with 2 laps to go, and it looks like he has no competition.
I see that putting Killer Sean from roughly 2nd back to 7th or 8th if I had to take a guess.
B-Stats is going to be coming up on some slow traffic here. It looks like it's the 99 of Sniper as he gets clear of him there inside. There is no competition around B-Stats as there is 2 laps to go. He's coming down the turn number 3, the second to last time. When he comes back through here again, he'll be taking the checkered flag with it. Hopefully he has the fuel to make it. We're front view with the 34 Chevrolet of B-Stats here, and the Sugarlands Shine 250 at Talladega. This is race number 1 in the round of 12 of Hammerdown Truck Playoffs Quest for a Championship. It's been a very good race. I believe we only had 1 or 2 cautions at most.
The only real group I see on the entire track is Wide Open, Woody, and Collins, and it's tough to tell what position they are in currently.
So B-Stats I believe is out of fuel. B-Stats is out of fuel. So he is in turn 2 out of fuel. Or no, that was the last lap. B-Stats is 1.
Was that the end of the race?
Yeah,
Did
okay.
B-Stats get it?
I guess he did. I believe somebody was a lap down. That's what it was. Yeah, that was my bad. So B-Stats is your winner here at Talladega.
That's another impressive win in only a few amount of races for this youngster here.
Yeah, B-Stats really making his number, putting his mark out here, making his number known.
He's making himself look good for the Giraffe Showdown coming up here at the end of the beginning of season 3, because he has already been signed up, and he will be running in the showdown for the opportunity to get drafted.
Yeah, so our official results are B-Stats winning with Wide Open in 2nd, Woody in 3rd, Death in 4th, Scoop in 5th, Killer Sean 6th, Travis 7th, Lando 8th, Sniper 9th, and rounding up the top 10 is Collins Racing. So what a showdown here at Talladega. A heck of a stage 1 finish, followed by kind of a shifty stage 2 finish with Travis winning that one, and then B-Stats just out there all alone in the end, proving that when he dropped back there in stage 1, I believe he had already set himself up for a win.
I want to say shout out and congratulations to Collins. Finally got his internet situation taken care of, and he comes out with a strong top 10 today.
Yeah, awesome showing by all those guys finishing in the top 10. Great race overall. Very clean, solid racing. Awesome green flag pit stops. Had a nice big wreck. Had some bumping, banging racing. Stage number 1 was phenomenal to watch. That's what we go for every week here at Hammerdown Truck Racing.
I think we were under on every single over-under, so good call on that, Stu.
Yeah.
You pretty much called it there.
Been a heck of a parlay, huh?
Something like that.
So we got B-Stats in here.
Race winner, B-Stats.
Race winner again. And let's try to get maybe Killer Sean and, I don't know, maybe Travis in here if he wants to. But, so B-Stats, how'd you pull that off, man? Just out there, domination, nobody around to even challenge you. Could have ran out of gas and coasted to the line. How'd you do it?
Yeah, those last two runs, I was pretty much just hanging around back behind the draft, just cruising, trying to save all the fuel I could, and ended up working out in the end. I wasn't running out coming to the line. I might have been able to go another lap. So I did a pretty good job right there. I was surprised with the outcome, to be honest. I didn't think I'd be able to do it, but it worked out.
Yeah, we saw you and Killer Sean running against each other, and we were just wondering if it came down to it, were you going to let a playoff driver take the win over you throwing a wrench in the system and winning?
Yeah, I knew from the beginning that he wasn't going to be able to make it, and I was trying to help him out, save fuel, but it just didn't work out for him.
Good deal. We got Killer Sean in here. Killer, I was pulling for you, man.
Yeah, we were all hoping you hold off.
Thought you were going to make it to the end there, and hey, it looked like you were literally just a 1-2 splash, kind of pit stop away from making it. Yeah. Still got yourself a top 8 though, and those points are really, really important here. Coming down to the end of these races.
So, how was you able to keep yourself in that position, Killer Sean, to be leading, to be a leader, a part of that race, any point? Because we seen that you were running mostly around like 7th, 8th, 9th, most of the race, and then all of a sudden you were the leader. So how was you able to get there? Yeah, totally. And there's another guy, says practicing throughout the week. He's able to run a good, clean race, almost able to pull it off there at the end with the fuel. But, still came out here, performed well, and that's awesome. Congratulations on that finish.
Yeah, hey, good job there, Killer. Good job, Killer Sean.
Yeah,
we appreciate the amazing race you guys put on tonight.
Yeah, I want to ask this: what was keeping you guys from getting that high line going? Because it looked like it was going, and then just as soon as one person bailed, everybody bailed.
I think that everybody knew that fuel was going to play a part in it, so nobody wanted to be riding wide open on the top. And once we got lined up, there's a lot of cars that were able to kind of just cruise around. And I think that the fuel was the big reason that high line didn't work tonight.
Yeah, because I think the best moment of that race was the Twoon pack versus the Bob Drew pack there in stage 2. Side by side on the high line, but it just kind of got jumbled.
Yeah, I was right there at the back of that pack, and I think once we just got to them, our run kind of dispersed, and we just sort of fell back in line.
So, I mean, I'm good. I mean, great race, you guys. I mean, one caution on a 94-lap race is, you can't beat it. I mean, you can't beat the good show.
Absolutely. I think that is the only people that have joined us to chat. We had invited a few others, and maybe we'll give them another second. They might be, a little nervous or calming down after the long race, but
yeah, we'll give them another second, but I want to say thank you to everyone who has watched, liked, commented. It really means a lot to us. Please, subscribe to Hammerdown Racing, share it with all your friends, family even. Come watch your family members come race these races. We try to put on a good show. Tonight was an awesome example of what we can do here at Hammerdown Truck Racing. So, just want to thank all the fans, and then also want to congratulate B-Stats on the win. It's not easy to do, and came out here. He's won the Glen and Dega. So
B-Stats to settle in not an argument, but a discussion we weren't sure about. How many pole positions has that been for you in a row?
I would have to go back and count. I think it's at least 3, maybe 4.
That's impressive. That's a real impressive.
I said at least 3.
This young gun.
I think I've been
He's ran 5 races. He's got 2 wins, and he's got 3 or 4 pole positions coming here, so Beast Stats, potentially a name to watch out for in the Cup Series this coming up year.
Playing career mode out here.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Congrats on the win once again, man, and it was a fun race to watch, and I know we enjoyed ourselves here in the booth, guys.
Yep, for sure. So, yeah.
I'm trying to get Travis in here to talk to his fans.
Yeah, I was going to give Travis in here. B-Stats, do you have a shout-out that you'd like to give out or anything?
Nah, I'm good, dude.
Aw, come on, you don't want to shout out nobody.
You're throwing me on the spot.
Who's your sponsor?
Shout out for B-Stats, a.k.a. Hot Shot on Dirt 5.
Oh, shit. That's good. But anyways, I hope Travis would join. I know he had a little frustrating pit stop there towards the end.
What was the biggest thing in the booth you guys noticed?
That freaking 10-car pack racing that y'all were doing there in stage 1 and 2. That was pretty cool.
Track position and fuel saving.
Tried to get the outside line to work one time. Didn't really work out. Scoop tried to force the issue.
I basically knew who was going to make it. Like, whoever made it to the end with their left sides being okay was probably going to win the race. Because if you were able to take a 2-tire pit stop and enough gas to get to the end, like, you were probably going to win that race.
Yeah, for sure. Wide Open, I believe, joined, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so, hello, guys.
Hey, man. So we seen you out there. You stayed out a lot longer than everybody, as usual. So what happened there at the end? How come you wasn't able to make it through?
The 40 truck definitely had the right strategy, but that last pit stop that we made, just a little too fast on pit entry.
Okay. So we didn't notice that up there in the booth, but that's good to hear that we know what happened now. So do you believe without the speeding penalty, you would have been up there with B-Stats and Killer Sean, or maybe ahead of them?
I would have got out ahead of them. They would have caught me, of course, since they were grouped up, but I was good on fuel. I could push it hard, so even if they'd have caught me, I'd have still been able to hang with them and be able to put the power down at the end to probably get away with the win. But you know, a driver just made a mistake, and he's got to live with it.
Yeah, it is unfortunate when things like that happen. Well, at the very least, you put out a strong showing. You show that the fuel mileage is very possible in these sliders. You prove it week after week, and honestly, it just blows our mind. So,
oh, thank you. I just want to say congrats to Beat Stats there. He definitely ran a good race, and he deserves the win.
Thank you, buddy.
Hey, thanks a lot. Once again, amazing race overall, guys. Only one caution in that entire 94-lap race. Impressive to say the least. You guys really put on a good show tonight. And I know there were some exciting moments where the high side finally got working. But at the end of the day, it did look to come out like a fuel mileage saving race, which is pretty crazy to think about when it's Talladega. But well done, you guys. And
I have one more question for Wide Open. What about that first stage? That was a heck of a first stage. I about lost my breath trying to commentate it there, coming to the line.
Well, that was good. I thought Paul was going to just push me when he got to me, but he went around, and either way, if he'd have pushed me, I would have let him get his lap back as he was coming to the line for the checkers. But I knew when he was going to try to pass that my best bet was to check up a little bit and try to get him in front and be able to use that draft to stay in front of the pack that was coming behind us.
Yeah, that was a heck of a finish there in stage 1. We were hoping it would be a precursor to the rest of the race, but it kind of de-escalated through the stages. Second stage was like a 4-car mosh pit to the line, and then the last stage is just B-Stats out there all alone. So,
running in the draft, if you're running by yourself, you got 15 laps of fuel. If you're running in the draft, running hard, you can go 60. if you're running, somewhere around 5th to 8th place, and not sticking to that bumper in front of you, you can stretch it to 17. With that last stage being 51, going into this race, I thought everybody was going to be trying to make it on 2 stops.
And that's kind of what I was predicting there when the race was going on, that it would, maybe some could make it 2 stops, but I feel like most of the field would have to have done 3.
Yeah, if you were trying to lead the laps, if you needed to feel like, if you needed to be a front runner, then yes, you were definitely going to have to make 3. But a little bit of patience goes a long way sometimes.
That's true.
So once again, congratulations to B-Stats on his 2nd win here of his short season, being in the HDRS Truck Series. Congrats to another top 10 by Killer Sean, and by Wide Open, who was just 1 pit penalty away from maybe giving us a really great finish there. That was good racing all across the board, guys. And I know for me, for B-New Stu, and Jinx up here in the booth, we just want to say thank you to all the drivers who gave us this race tonight, and for all the viewers who joined in here to enjoy this moment with us. And we hope you enjoyed the content, and that you like and subscribe to the channel. And don't be afraid to try out if you self are a amateur or a moderate kind of racer on this game. Always feel free to try out. We have 3 different series that will be starting up for season 3, and we like these fans to comment and let us know what they'd like to see as well. So don't ever be afraid to do that as well.
Yes.
Yeah, any new guy who comes in for season 3 who has not raced any races in season 2 will automatically get their truck and Xfinity ride. They just have to run on these practice nights as their tryout. But anybody who's run races tonight who wasn't in Cup this season is eligible to try out for Cup next season. So, I mean, eligible to run in the Showdown. Beast, you're going to be running in the Showdown because you've run legitimate enough laps to qualify as a tryout. And basically, the whole league now knows if you're fuel saving, just to wreck you, so you don't win.
This B-Stats guy has gotten 3 lucky poles in a row, and 2 lucky wins, and we'll see what he does here in the Cup season.
We'll see how lucky he keeps to be. Well,
actually, all you got to do with those fuel savers is make them lead the race. If they're leading, they can't be saving.
Yep. Exactly, and nobody knows that better than Wide Open, who can make a 15 lap, fuel can last for 25 laps. Don't know how he does it, but he's a master at it.
That's a little bit of a stretch, but definitely make it go 20, I guess.
All right, so Killer, Jinx, do y'all have anything to add before we sign off?
Nope, that's good. We can go ahead.
All right, so
once again, another great truck race. And another example of where we need our Cup to be.
Yep. So that's another presentation by the Hammerdown YouTube channel. Like Killer said, like, subscribe, please share, join our Facebook page. For Killer, Visceral Killer, and Jinx, and myself, B-New Stu, congratulations, B-Stats. Heck of a race from Talladega. That was race number 1 in the round of 12. We're off to the race number 2 in the round of 12, I believe, is Richmond. Am I right with that?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, so
from
we'll,
the big track to the small track.
Yeah, so we're going to go from super fast to super short and slow compared to this track. So join us next Saturday at 9:30. Please join the Cup guys. Richmond on Friday at 9:30. And so this is HDRS Truck Series signing out. Thank you guys for watching.